Hello, welcome to another video of me doing a kata. Today I am going to do Seiunchin. I quite enjoy this kata. I've learnt this kind of in two ways, kind of like a slow breathing kata and quite a hard kata. Depends on who's teaching me. And weirdly, both of these styles of me learning it were in the same dojo, but different instructor. So to start off with, I've kind of learnt this as like a slow breathing kata, a bit like Seiunchin. I've also learnt this as like quite a hard brutal kata, so it's kind of like and that's kind of like elbowing into someone's chest there, and it's like I prefer the slow breathing way of doing it. First move, this is how I like to do it. I've seen other people kind of do it straight from here, straight to that, straight into shikadachi, straight into there, whereas I personally prefer to go zankutsu into shikadachi and then out. That's just my preference. I've seen both ways taught. I've seen people do it both ways. There are a couple of moves in here that I know I do differently to other styles. It's just the way I was taught. There's a system that kind of split away from what I do. They do a few moves differently, and I did once see a video. It was a long time ago on YouTube. I can't remember who did it. It's out there somewhere, and they did it almost exactly halfway between the way I do it and the way this other group do it. That was associated with what I learnt, but they split away to do their own thing. And it's weird to see it because when I went on Gashgu with them and I learnt it their way, and it confused me a little bit. It was like, why do they do it like this? And when I got home, I found this other video. And this was like back in 2012, so it's quite a long time ago. It's 8 years ago from the time of filming this. It's 2020 when I'm filming this. Wow, this kata, the way they're doing it is exactly halfway between what I learned and what they learned. It's like the transition. So somewhere along the way, I don't know, it got changed. These moves you should enjoy. Don't rush them. Hopefully you didn't notice I just lost balance there. So that was the kata. I did lose balance in one spot. I don't know how much that's going to show up on the video. I'll find out when I edit this. A few points that I like about this. Feel expansive. Feel your space here. You can't do this kata if you're small. It doesn't work. You need to feel your space. Again, focus those fingers. The striking, going into a soft area. Imagine you're grabbing something. This move, I always used to do this going back. You want to do it just with the forwards motion. The hands roll back and in, but the actual body doesn't. It stays forwards. Here, feel the tension. The arms are connected. Powers through. Again here, arms are connected. They roll together. Strike. Strike. Here, this isn't a throw. I've actually been thrown from this technique. Straight over. It can be a strike here, but you could do a throw. I have had it done on me, so I know it works. This bit here, I'm going to turn around. So imagine I'm still facing you, and like so. This hand is going to go into this position, and that uppercuts. So, like so. It's not a full pullback. It's here. Quite often, if you see this video, kata done on video, they film it from the front, and you don't see that maneuver because the person's usually facing the other way, and people don't think to put a second camera in or turn around. So that's like that. So again, facing this way. Now this one's going to do it. Almost, it's like it's stopping an attack. There's an attack coming in. You stop it. Bring it down to here. It's a lovely kata. As I said at the beginning, I've learnt this two different ways. I've learnt it as a really hard kata, and I've learnt it as like a breathing kata. I personally prefer to do it as a breathing kata. It feels much nicer, it feels more expansive, it feels more powerful. That's why they have breathing katas. Most people just do Seiunchin as the breathing kata. Obviously, they wouldn't do it like this. But this works just as nicely. So yeah, it's a really nice kata that I like. I used to do this, I learnt this kata long time ago, and this is the first time I had to give up training because of my health. I had a really bad shoulder. I ended up having to have an operation on it at the time, but doing like these moves caused immense pain. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the operation, but it was needed, let's put it that way. I used to do this kata when before my first break from karate due to health, when I was psychologically and mentally at the top of my game. Physically, I got better after I went back, but in your mind, the first battle is always in your mind. And yeah, so I remember this kata. I have happy memories of it, and I have sad memories because of the pain I experienced in my shoulder, which needed an operation. So it's kind of mixed for me, really, this one. Cocks that right up, that move. That's the move some styles do differently. This bit here, you may do this bit differently. Anyway, that's Seiunchin, kata that I love and hate. I love it because it's such a nice kata, but I also hate it because of the memory I have of it with my bad shoulder and having to leave karate until I got it fixed. But once I got the shoulder fixed, I was back and progressed on. Anyway, Seiunchin next video if I get around to making it, and see you then. Bye.